Right, it's week 31 of Piano Journey, about lesson 30 coming up shortly. This week's been much the same as the previous couple of weeks actually. I've been working on Giga, Mr. Snail is late, and Strutting, which is the jazzy one. Jane gave me some tips last week on the loudness, softness, dynamics between the hands, which I've been attempting to try and get better at in practice, and I think I'm succeeding in a lot of cases. Sometimes I go a bit backwards, but I know it's not too bad. Strutting, I've been making some progress on that, although there's still a couple of sort of key sort of areas where I'm just timing's just a little bit off, coming with the left hand and the right hand. It's a bit tricky because the notes are a shorter duration, and there's that weird sort of dun, 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 you got to do rather than just a da, 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 da. But anyway, making progress on that as well. Funny enough, one of the tricky bits of that is actually getting the very last three notes right, which is that, which you think would be easy enough, but the middle one's meant to be longer fractionally than the two either side of it, which is tricky. Yeah. And then Giga's just been progress on, but Giga's the grade one piece that I've been doing for a while. But I'm actually pretty happy with the progress Giga's making. Giga must be getting pretty close to being done, I reckon. But I guess we'll see what Jane thinks. Anyway, week 30, sorry, not week 30, but lesson 30 is coming up. And that's officially the last one for the year. Jane's teaching you finishes this week. And I may or may not get some additional lessons over the holidays, depending on how she feels and what's going on in the garden, etc., and what the weather's like. But by and large, I'm working on the assumption this is my last week last lesson, I should say, for probably a couple of months, because she doesn't normally get back into teaching until February. One of the things that I've been lacking, something I need to figure out a plan for, so it's part of my attention over the holidays, is the lack of progress on scales. I won't say lack of progress because, well, actually, no, probably is lack of progress actually. But basically, I haven't been spending any time playing scales for the obvious reasons. They're boring, and they're not playing a piece. And pieces are what putting the notes together in a different tuneful way is more interesting. So that's what I've been focusing on. But anyway, apparently scales are really important to learn and to master. So I need to put a bit of thought into how to actually make doing practice on those a more regular part of my practice regime. I've been contemplating the idea of sort of 1 day a week, just the practice sessions all on scales, but apparently this applies to learning pieces. It's much better to spend 5-10 minutes on a piece every day than to spend an hour on it at the end of the week and hope to catch it all up. It doesn't work quite like that. So I'm assuming it's not going to work like that either for scales. So I need to figure out a plan to integrate it somehow and to work it into the time and not extend the time for practice to accommodate that. The other thing I also need to work on is my sight reading, because I haven't really done any sight reading for some months now, other than a piece on Jingle Bells, which Jane gave me to one of her kids has played on the throw. I'll have a crack at that. So that was a bit of sight reading, but came out okay, but not worth a recording. So sight reading and scales are going to be a couple of the focus areas for the holidays. I think to figure out how to integrate those. Anyway, lesson 30 should be starting pretty shortly. So I'll sign off.